I'm on stream. Like I'm less focused, so
Yeah. All right.
it's less productive.
I turned on stream.
All right.
Okay, so we're gonna be watching Nocturne till Kindred, which is fine. The champions are pretty good right now, like all three of them, I think.
Yeah, definitely good meta right now.
Nocturne is probably like 8 tier after the most OP stuff is out. Very underrated. It gets picked like second rotation pretty often in this meta, it's nice.
Okay, wait a second. I'm retweeting. Okay, that's good. Let's go. So yeah, do you want me to send you like the
Do you have?
POV maybe?
Yeah, if you have the POV, it's better.
Yeah, I can send it to you. Just how do I do it with Blade? Do you know?
Oh, you
Wait.
need to upload this. Do
Okay. I mean, it will be fast, so I can
okay,
do it
okay.
if you want.
We can wait a little bit. What can we do while we wait? Can do a fun thing. Can go over your solo queue games. You can tell me a bit about what you've been doing.
Right. Let me just a second. Unlisted. Okay. So yeah, recently I play in solo queue. Most likely, like I said, easy and simple game plan. Usually around like gang setup, uh, stuff like this. I play a lot for me, for myself, and just play really slow. Usually,
Mm-hmm. I
I'm
mean that.
almost never flipping stuff. I play like very slow, and I play around team fight, and I just stop my passing only about good opportunities, basically on solo queue, and nothing else. Like
Okay, so what I'm most interested is like, what's your structure? Cause like, obviously if you're playing Nocturne until the Kindred, you should play a bit slower. Kindred maybe not always, right?
mm,
Depends on the game. But like, how do you go about adjusting? Cause like this game, I look at every champion, right? It's fucking chaotic. Like bot lane is gonna be fist fighting every fucking second, and top lane is also a fist fight lane, right? So how do you deal with
mm.
that?
How I deal with that? Like I usually when I can like play top and bots, I usually prioritize bots, and I just do my passing to bot, and I adapt to the situation. Like when if I see an opportunity top side, when I'm top side, I will go take it, even if I'm passing to bot, and if not, I will just keep my passing and stuff, and I will just adapt when something happen and I can do something. I will go, and otherwise, if I can't, I just keep farming. Basically, like very simple.
Hmm. Yeah, I think it's a very solo queue mindset, like you were saying
Yeah,
earlier.
yeah,
But it's
definitely.
kind of what you need to do. Uh, I don't think it's like super wrong for competitive either. It to just be a bit more detailed, right? Like you'd be like, oh yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
sure.
gonna path bot, and I hope you guys don't int first three waves, even if like it's very chaotic matchup, and then I'm gonna go top, and I hope you're not dead before I get there, because I can't be there before like wave 5.
I
And
mean, it's just about like in comp, you can actually predict stuff. I would say, like you
mm-hmm.
can say, okay, we play on this wave, we do this thing and stuff. But in solo queue, it's more about adapting because matchup never goes as intended, and you just like adapt how it goes, basically.
Yeah,
Well,
I agree with that. What do you want to? So like you're going for tryouts in the next few months, right?
yeah.
What is something that like you're maybe not so confident or a bit more scared? Like I reviewed a bit of your games before,
I mean,
and I
yeah.
think one of the concepts that you'll probably agree with me is like tempo usage when it comes to objectives and stuff. Like you're maybe a bit slower, which is normal because you're
I
more solo
think
queue
I'm
focused.
actually really good in tempo now. I feel like
Okay.
it's actually one of my bit like my very good qualities.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so I'm not really afraid about that. I'm more afraid on like anticipate more than 1 minute 30. You know, like
Yeah.
Usually, I anticipate like maybe a minute, maybe 1 minute and a half max, like basically on passing. I anticipate when I go to base, before I go to base, and then for the next passing, but never more than that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I
Mm,
know in comp, it's actually good to do this, but I actually never work about that in solo queue. And so
yeah,
yeah, I've been most likely doing only solo queue this year, so I know about. I mean, in tryout it's okay most of the time because like it might be in house, it might be a bit solo queue and
yeah,
stuff, but
it's still
I
solo
know,
queue like.
yeah, I know like when I will actually join a team, I will have to work about that when I like on the start of the team. On the first month, I will know I will have to actually adapt and make my playstyle more team oriented, I would say. So yeah.
I mean, I think it's less about if you still want to only be the big carry and stuff. I know you play other champions, at least from what I
Mm.
saw in Open to Red or Master Nexus card, whatever. Uh, like if you still want to be the big carry, it's fine. There's junglers that can do it, and if the meta is nice for it, like Rezark was kinda doing it. Of course, he still plays the other
Yeah.
stuff, right?
I kind of want to adapt. Like, I want to keep my identity and being able to adapt to what mid laner or what team I play with. Like
Mm-hmm.
if my mid laner is able to play a lot of mid laners that can move and play for me a lot, I definitely want to like put my carry card on the desk. But if not, I'm really fine like playing a lot of Either on Poppy, Maokai, and Jarva and stuff like this. Like I've actually practiced it a lot this year, and even though I'm less good on these champs than my career for now, I
Mm-hmm.
think I can definitely improve on that and like be like really strong on them.
Yeah, I agree. Uh, at least from the games I've reviewed this year review, it's like I think main thing is really opportunity seeing. It's like the best thing you are in solo queue, right? Like you see a lot of opportunities really fast and you adapt to them, and that
I
kind
mean,
of that translates to a lot
yeah,
of champions. Doesn't need to be just Kindred and Tali and stuff like that.
yeah. It used to be like one of my biggest weaknesses. Like when we when I was in your team, like in PCS, I
Mm-hmm.
used to be really um, game plan centered and like be very focused on that and take zero opportunities like outside of game plan. Wait, I have the video upload now. I can send it.
Okay, nice.
But yeah, like now I've worked on it for a long time, so it's nice. It's still treating. Should be finished like really soon.
Yeah, I'll wait a bit. Other thing, when you say that you're like you have issues, maybe thinking 2 minutes ahead, stuff like that, a bit more. I think most people do, so it's not like it's something to work on, of course, but like it's not a big deal. Um, what kind of stuff are you thinking about when you say that? Like, is it I don't know, like you came out from base, it's 4 minutes, right? Like right now, and you're gonna like clear these 3 camps, and then you see an opportunity to gank top. Are you afraid that like you'll see that opportunity, go for it, and then lose Drake because of it, for example? Is that like
Not really. I will be honest. I've actually never seen in game um like something like this. I mean, I've never been punished about like, oh yeah, I haven't synced 2 minutes and a half ahead and stuff. I've actually never been punished in game about this. It's just like in teams I've been playing with, like it could be Greece Div 1, like NLC Div 1, stuff like this. Coaches tend to say stuff like this to me, so I
mm,
actually think about it, but I've never like been punished or actually see it in game basically.
I see? Because like
So it's kind of weird. I think it's more like comp oriented stuff, and we can see it if we review like tryout games or scrim games, but I'm not sure like it's
yeah,
something we
yeah,
can see in
I
solo
don't think
queue.
we'll see it in today's game for
Yeah.
sure. It's just something to keep in mind for the future. But like when I think of stuff that I need to think like 2 minutes or more in advance, it's either like Herald where you start preparing around 6 minutes, right? So like
Mm.
6 minutes, you need to know that from 6 minutes, like if you're top side, you need to know exactly what you're gonna do in the next 30 seconds to end up bot, uh, at like 6:30, 7 minutes, right? So that you can
Mm,
cover slow push and then they move and all that stuff.
yeah,
So like
definitely. But I think for today, like we'll be focused more on like what I do in my solo queue, and maybe you can see stuff that I don't see, and that will help me reach rank 1 because that's my goal. So
yeah,
yeah,
sounds good.
maybe we will focus on this because yeah, sadly it's not Scream game or something. So like plan too much ahead might be a bit hard. But yeah,
No, it's basically impossible in solo queue. And like even if you
yeah, I
do,
think so.
it's your team following you or not is a coin
Yeah.
flip. So
All right. I hope the video will come soon. It might be like really soon.
let's hope so.
Wait. Never mind. It might be like 20 minutes or something.
20
Wait.
minutes. Well, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. You can you can start streaming your
I
screen
can.
if you want,
Yeah, I can stream my POV if you want.
and then you just alt tab to my stream on Discord, and it should be fine.
Do you see it?
Hold up. Yeah, I see it.
All right. So yeah.
Okay, we start with level 1 fist fight. Nice.
Yeah. First fight. Nothing like really interested.
Okay, can you show
Interesting.
me draft when okay, can pause there.
Oh yeah. I will try.
Oh, this is actually the game we just played.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's Blitzbot. Okay. I mean, I already asked you this once, but what do you want to like? How are you thinking this game? Because what I see
Yeah.
is like fist fight, but I don't know, flashed. You guys just fought,
I've.
so I'm sure summoners were
Yeah.
burned, right? And
Like
then
usually with Kindred, I just mark like the one who flashes. So I think I will mark MF or something like because of this. But yeah, how I think in solo queue, if I can go everywhere, I just pass to bot and adapt as I said. So yeah, I will pass to bots right now. Not an insane game plan. Like I said, I go like very simple and I focus on adapt in solo queue and yeah, so I will pass to bot. I will look a lot on my lanes and just adapt to the situation. I like nothing more complicated basically. Like yeah, I just focus on that on game plan on solo queue.
hmm do you usually try to think about like uh what doing something successfully enables? For example, like if you three camp bot, for example, this game, you might be able to like invade Krugs or even red buff if Jarvan full clears his top side, right?
Yeah,
Like, do
sadly,
you try to think
I
about that early?
I, I think it's actually not worse. Like I mean, I'm thinking really differently than most juggler, but uh, early on, like with the jungle camps level and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
it's actually not worth to invade early outside of like taking at least two camps, and you can't take two camps except if you have lane priors. But usually if you want to gank to force lane prior to invade, it's usually like
It's
too
one camp
late.
or not even.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I agree.
usually only one camps, and it actually makes you have like only three camps respawning, or at least two. Like if you don't count the red buff, like having 5 minutes respawn. So it's like only two camps respawning on your side, and like six on the enemy side. So you will have a lot more golden XP, and also you will have your passing desynchronized because you only did three camps, and then start to invade and stuff. So yeah, usually first passing, only for the first passing, I never invade outside of being able to take at least two camps. So to take two camps, it's only like with lane prior and stuff. So I do it only with when I like pass to a side and I have two lane prior and then I can invade and stuff. But to do this in solo queue consistently, it's very hard. Yeah, like you actually need to have laners that want to play with you, go to invade, take prior, crash wave 2 and stuff like this. So it's something that I can do way more on comp, and I will need to practice it a bit more. I think because I don't do it consistently in solo queue, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Then this game, I won't talk too much about it because you guys like fist fight, but whatever, level 1.
mm,
What about like level 1 invades with some laner? Because for example, this game, what I see is Jarvan is very weak level 1, Renekton is
yeah,
very weak level 1, Kindred is like range champion, she's okay, and Darius is
yeah. But
very strong, right?
she's quite weak though, but
Uh,
especially like
not
Q
against those
start.
champions specifically, I
Yeah,
think.
but you can't kill them.
You don't think it's worth like again, not this game. You didn't have the opportunity. Like, do you
Yeah,
usually
yeah.
think of opportunities like that?
With Kindred, I almost never do it because like she's quite weak at level 1. Even though like enemy champs are not really strong, you usually don't have damage to actually put something like interesting. I don't know, it's just flipping basically most of the time, like making like I feel like my really big qualities are like tempo advantage, team fighting, stuff like this, and I feel like if I'm just even, I will win most of the game.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not playing that aggressively most of the time, but I know there is actually rooms for it. But with Talia, Nocturne, like actually never happens, and with
And
Kindred, usually you want to start W, and W start is quite weak. With Q start, it's quite different, but you usually need your laners you invade late invade with. That is really stronger than uh, opponents one. Like it's actually the case with Darius, but yeah, this one I could like if nothing happened level 1. Yeah, basically, I agree.
mm-hmm. I'm just asking these questions because, like, in solo queue, it's whatever if you don't do it, especially because you never know what your laner's gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
But in competitive, I think it's very important that like you know exactly what can happen level 1 and what can't.
Yeah,
Because
I agree.
as soon as you enter the game, like one thing that was happening a lot this year is people pick Cyan on red side and they're like, oh, Cyan has a bad matchup, GG, we're just gonna kill top and or like top laner's gonna free scale it's Cyan versus Gwen. And then Cyan just gives up first 3 waves, goes bot, invades bot side jungle, dives at enemy bot GG, you know?
Mm.
And like that's an extreme example. But if you're playing like against Ashe, if you're playing against Karma Ezreal, if you're playing against Braum, stuff like this, or like Olaf on top side, there's a lot of champions that can completely fuck you over level 1, and you can completely fuck over enemy jungle if you have them, right?
Mm.
To me, it's important that you start thinking about it if you don't do it already.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. It's like again, I think it's type of stuff that I need to practice a lot.
Yeah,
Like when I will
it
join
will
a
come
team.
it will come more when you actually
Yeah,
need to worry about it
yeah.
consistently.
In solo queue, it's actually most of the time just a flip because you don't know how your laner will play it and just make people tilt or stuff like this. But I agree with you. Like in competitive, I think not with Talia or Nocturne, but with a lot of different champ, it's actually good.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
All right.
Actually, I think it has to be like again, you need to take at least 2 camps or force a cross map or
Yeah,
like
usually take like Gromp Blue or even
yeah.
the 3 camps,
If
right?
it's only 1 camp, I think it's not worth it most of the time.
Yeah, I agree. All right, let's watch the game.
I can put second speed if you want.
Why that word? Are you afraid of
Oh no, I
Jarvan
just
ganking from
like
behind?
I had like from the fist fight bot, I had like 50 gold, like 75 gold. So I just took a pink level 1 and I wanted to like place it like on my jungle for it to last very long because I usually never buy pinks. Basically, like I buy like pinks for like second break or stuff like this. Like it goes like 10 minutes or something. So I'm thinking, okay, I won't buy pinks for like 10 minutes or something. So I will
Mm-hmm.
just place it in my jungle to cover a bit, but also to make it safer so for it to last until my next pink buy, basically.
Okay. Do you think it's like to me that pink has a very good value in the sense
Mhm.
that if you watch my stream right now, like you're gonna block any paths from either oh it stops your stream when I do it. Okay.
Oh yeah, okay, it's okay. I will watch with my phone. It's
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, okay. So the thing about this word is that like you're gonna block ganks like this from Jarvan to both mid and top, right? Which is
Mm,
nice. But realistically, like if he wants to do it, his Jarvan is gonna go here, he's gonna jump over the wall, and like it doesn't help. I don't think he's gonna invade you this game. Like he has Swain in mid, he has Renekton
yeah,
in top,
it's
which can create some stuff, right? Um, but realistically, like you're not really being invaded. It's Kindred versus Jarvan. You're pretty happy.
mm,
So I
definitely.
feel like this ward is very low value, and maybe it's just something. It's like it's not normal for you to have a ward this early, so you didn't think too much about it, right? And
I mean, yeah, usually I don't have word, it's true, but it's also because I wanted it to be safe,
mhm.
like very safe, you know. So I don't know. Maybe like how? Where else would you place it to be like
Yeah,
as
so
much value in terms of time?
that goes into my second point. Like while you're clearing raptors, like you're pathing towards bot, and
Hmm.
Kai'Sa just died, so maybe that's why you didn't look. But I think it's really important that like you look bot at least once to see if you can just like three camps into go here and drop a ward in this bush, for example. Because like this will see Jarvan coming to river, it will see Jarvan come mid, right? If he does like some weird path where I don't know, he does like Krugs into Raptors to have a chance to gank mid, but then he decides to go bot, like it will see that too, right? Other ideas I have is like you can ward here before you jump over the wall, so you know if there's a ward or not.
Hmm.
And when you do that, it just makes it like very annoying for enemy bot because like they should have prio. The wave is coming back now. They must have put a ward. If you put a pink ward there, like you don't even need to gank. Now they need to respect, right?
I
Because
feel like I might be wrong actually. You just tell me, but I feel like doing this type of thing, like actually, um, like skipping your camps to put a ward and stuff like this, it's actually not a
you
play you want to
wouldn't.
do on carries.
No, you wouldn't do it like if you're skipping your camps just to put the ward, right? It's more like,
Hmm.
oh, I want to level 3 gank bot. I just did my 3 camps and I'm gonna go like bot. Instead of going straight bot, you just go here, you drop the ward, and then you go from behind. It's kind of something to
Yeah,
add
I need to
to your
see wave
pathing.
actually if they can crash before Kesa comes back though. If I want to do this.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like you should have looked.
Yeah, I see.
But it's just like more possibilities for that word because I feel like it's very wasted. It's something you don't have every game, so like it's fine to not use it to its max potential, right?
Mm.
But especially when the game is very volatile, like having an extra pink in the river or like a bit in enemy jungle, stuff like that, it should give you a lot of info.
Yeah, I usually don't do this type of stuff because like it's a long way basically, like very long way to actually put the gank. So it's a lot of time.
Mm-hmm.
Usually I will like uh do wolves, then I will go for it if I'm like closer in Gromp or in blue, you know. So I actually lose less time
Yeah,
for the passing of gank.
I think you should do that. Like that should be our consistent rule, right? Like you're playing Kindred, Talia, Nocturne, stuff like that. Can't be thinking too much about level 3 gank from the other side of the map.
Mm.
Alright.
Yeah, I see. So yeah, they're not crashing. I could
Oh,
actually
the
do
video
it.
is uploaded by the way.
Oh, okay. You can take it.
Yeah. I'll take this.
Nice. That's good. That will be easier because I couldn't actually understand what you said. Like, actually, can you
Okay, I'll go over it again.
put a stream because there is delay, you know? So I don't see like
Yes.
if you can stream on Discord, it's better for me. Thanks.
Okay, it should be good now. So what I was saying is like when you put this word here, right?
Mm.
What you're actually doing is you're blocking ganks like this from Jarvan, and you're blocking like ganks from this part of the river, like from Ahri getting ganked behind, which is not
Mm.
bad. Like I think it has value sometimes, especially because like she just warded top side, bot side, so like having a top side ward is nice, for a mid laner. But because it's Jarvan, like he can always jump through this, and then he can always gank Darius anyways, right?
Yeah.
So it has low value for top, and for mid,
Yeah.
like there's too many angles, I think, that
I,
it
I
doesn't
haven't
matter a
s-
lot.
I haven't think about value much more. Like I have more thought about okay, where can I put it for it to last as much as possible and as its value, but more about time, you know, basically.
Yeah,
Uh,
I think that's important to some extent. Like you don't want to drop a ward and have it killed instantly. Like
mm,
the ward I suggested was one here, like in this bush
mm.
early. If you're gonna level 3 bot.
I
And
mean, most this ward I would most likely place it if I like full clear and after scuttle I base and while basing I put it there basically, but I wouldn't do like most of as you said normally, you know.
yeah, uh, And then the other
But yeah,
one that I talked
for level
about
3,
was in this
yeah.
bush, like before you jump the wall, to make sure they don't have wards there.
Mm.
And you can also always keep it like until the end of your clear, right? I think that also has a lot of value.
Yeah. But I agree with you. I think it's good what you said. Just like how I play, I think I'm really more farm oriented than that, you know. I take less opportunities than you see, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, most of the time. But I don't think it's bad. I'm just playing like slow most of the time
I
because
think it's fine. It's more
I'm really
consistent that
confident
way,
on team
right?
fights.
Yeah,
Hmm?
it's more consistent that way.
Yeah.
Okay, we've already talked about this a lot of times. I think here, like as soon as you see Jarvan, especially right now, like if you're not planning to move, you just need to click tab and see how much CS he has.
Yeah, I already know. I saw it just before. We saw it before. You can go back if you want.
Wait,
We
you
saw
did?
it just before, like right there. We saw it there, and I know there because I know he has 12 camps as like 12 CS at this moment.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, jungle tracking. I know it at this moment where what he did.
Okay. So, I mean, I think bot lane is absolutely fucked. Enemy bot lane, like
Yeah,
they're
that's why I'm
playing.
skipping right now.
Yeah, yeah. This is good. It's good that your blitz sees it too.
But you see, I only stop because of opportunity. Otherwise, I don't stop. Like very farm centered, but it's really solo queue. Like I focus on having as much resources as possible. For me, more than my allies, basically. Like
And it
where I
makes sense
can.
with your champions, right?
Mm,
Uh, so my question is, his three camps are up. He just showed top, I think. And like this wave is gonna crash, and then it's gonna bounce back again. Like,
mm.
are you thinking of doing anything but with this? Like, are you thinking of trying to like mismatch him? Because maybe he goes bot, and you try to gank top while he's there. Like, what's going through your head right now outside of getting scuttle because you're Kindred and you're addicted to marks?
Mm. What I'm thinking right now, I'm just thinking. As I said, I'm not like. For me, there is two types of jungle. There is jungles that play for them and jungles that play for like your laners, basically. You know,
Mm-hmm.
most of them, most of people you coach, they play for laners. For laners, when you play for laners, you play for lane state over your passing, and me, I play for my passing over my laner. So right now, I'm just thinking, okay, I'll base and I will take my Krugs after that.
But I
And
feel like what I just saw is not what you just told me, by the way. But
yeah,
but it's not
that's
it's not a bad thing. Like this word is really good, and especially in competitive, like this is massive. If you can put this consistently, and then you just
yeah.
adapt and you kill him, and it's really nice.
I mean, what I said is my game plan.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah, I
like
know.
my game plan is okay. I will do scuttle, then I will base, and I will go for top side. What happened is after scuttle, I saw opportunity mid, so I reached to mid, and after I see there is no opportunity, I go for another opportunity with my ward and the pike timing resetting coming most likely to mid. So how I think, how I play is having a game plan and stop my game plan when I see opportunity. So my game plan is what I said. Okay, I do scuttle, I base for my rugs into top side clear, and I stop my game plan right there because I see opportunity mid. I go and when I see this, I see another opportunity with Blitzcrank and pike timing forwards. So it's how I think. I
Okay,
stop my game plan only for opportunities.
so the way I try to think about junglers a lot is like you have default plays where you're gonna do it every game, kind of like every time it's possible, and then you have opportunistic plays. So like you see Jarvan top and you gank bot, for example, like what happened this game, or you see Swain a bit overextended, you move mid with blitz, like it happened this game, right?
Mm.
Um, like one thing I heard from you talking that I don't like and I feel like you should fix. And again, like you don't need to do this every game in solo queue because it's solo queue, it's different. But it's like what reason is there for you to recall right now if there's no opportunity mid? Like if Swain is recalled, why wouldn't you go and put this ward still, you know?
Mm. I mean, yeah. I mean, I did it in game actually. So,
I
but
mean, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, but the way you make it sound is like you're only doing it because you saw mid and then like you're close, so you're gonna go for it. And if that's
yeah,
the case, I
it's
think that's
actually
a
true.
problem, right?
Yeah, yeah. I should always put the word there, no matter what.
Yeah. Especially like when
Maybe
you
it's
know.
actually what maybe it's actually what I thought in the game, but
I mean,
right.
I hope so.
But yeah, I agree.
But yeah, that word is really high value because it's
Yeah, I
gonna
know.
be, especially because it's his first quadrant of the jungle, right? So
Mm,
like he needs to come here soon. If he's
yeah,
not here, like he's inting out of his mind, and you get a lot of information from it.
yeah,
Um,
definitely.
yeah, this is
I
really
mean,
good. You get both
it's
camps
also my
worded.
mark, so
Yeah,
it's even
true,
better.
true.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I agree.
this is really good. I think.
Mm.
What do you think of what Blitz is doing? I know again it's solo queue, so it's a bit whatever.
What I think about what he's doing?
Yeah.
Can you go back then? I need to
Hmm.
go from where he based. What he did after base. Like, did he base yet, or
No, he just stayed.
he just stayed with me after Scuttle? Yeah,
No,
I
like
don't know.
right now specifically,
Oh,
because
right now he should base. He should match pike tempo, I think.
yeah.
Except it depends on how the lane is. If the lane actually slow pushing right now, he should base and go there for the crash. And if it's freezing, he should stay and just like prevent MF from farming, I would say.
Hmm. I agree. I think it's slow pushing. I'm pretty sure.
Mm.
We just saw it. Maybe I can pause there. Yeah, it's slow pushing. Um, I think it's like maybe he doesn't know if it's worded or not, so he's playing it safe. But at least in competitive, what would happen a lot in this type of situations is like you both base at the same time, and then you don't care about your top side. You just walk here because you know that like three camps are gonna spawn. You know that there's a slow
Yeah,
push bot
I'm actually too late for this timing. I agree with you, but I'm actually too late. You will have time to clear
to do one
Raptor
camp.
and stuff before I'm come back.
Yeah, yeah, maybe that's true actually. It's already 4 minutes something.
It's
Can't.
actually better for me to play on top camps, but it's actually too late as well for like it's too soon. No, it's too early for top side because he did like 3 camps into mid
Yeah, it's
into
not
top
up.
side. So the Gromp won't be up by the time I go there.
Yeah.
So that's why. But I agree with you, especially with Kindred, this type of invades, like they're really strong. But
Hmm.
I wouldn't be on this timing sadly for this one.
Yeah, I agree. Especially with the pike kill and stuff, it takes too long.
Mm.
But I think it's important to keep those in mind. Especially
Yeah,
like
I agree.
with every jungler you play, like supports are so OP to pair with, right?
Yeah,
So like if you're gonna play in a team, try to get a support who loves you and you love him,
yeah.
and
I
you're from
see.
playing together.
Yeah, definitely. Like right there, I know there is no flash. I think so that's why I'm playing like this transition, but nothing happens. But yeah,
Yeah, you don't lose much time. I think
yeah.
only really issue with this gank, and like it's already gone. It's like maybe bot lane gets stuff right now, but that's if you're clearing your
I mean, Jarvan
camps.
is top side, no? Jarvan
Uh,
just did bot side camps, so we saw him go top side. I think
no, he walked bot.
he walked bot. Okay, so
Yeah,
he's doing drugs right now. Okay.
and that's what he should do. If he just went topside, I don't know what to say.
Mm.
But yeah, I don't think there's much you can do. Like unless there's a really big slow push and your bot lane needs to get covered. I think what he did is pretty good. Like you don't lose anything for doing it right.
Mm. So yeah, just solo queue this
Yeah,
fight.
this fight solo queue. Let's go. Your support loves you this game, which is good.
Yeah, my support loves me. Nice.
And you get another kill because of it. Okay, so very dominant early game. How are you gonna die 5 times? Let's go over it.
I tilted.
Oh no.
I I tilted a bit. You will see. Like you'll see. You'll see. It was kind of low elo game. Like most of my teammates were master and stuff, and some stuff happened.
Okay.
You'll see. But yeah, I think it's most likely like me tilting than me taking bad decision. But I mean, it's kind of
It's
same.
kind of the same, right?
Yeah. So yeah, Herald is my priority every game. I try to play it as fast as possible, like be level 6 at 8 minutes.
Yeah.
That's likely my priority. And when I do Herald, after I take it, I usually look bots. If bot needles, I base instant. Otherwise, I just keep my passing. And they weren't needing any help at this moment, so
Yeah, I mean,
I just
they're
keep my
already
passing.
dead.
Yeah.
Should be able to kill. Nice. I mean, so far, don't have much to talk about last few minutes of play. It's like you're just looking at opportunities and punishing them,
Yeah,
right?
it's
So,
actually how I play in solo queue. Like, I'm just taking opportunities and that's all.
Mhm.
I have a more interesting game after.
Okay.
I just wanted to show you how I think basically and how I play my solo queue for this one. If you want to go over another game, we can. Otherwise, if you want to see
Just
a bit more how I die and how I throw a bit.
we can go over it if you want.
Okay.
To me, more important things like here, this turret is dead already, and like Blitz is moving into bot, and there's a slow push bot. Like just drop hitting the turret. You know, like you're already getting the gold from Herald.
Mm,
This is where like not wasting time is really important because
yeah, and take camps
yeah, like
faster.
you're playing against MF. If you're already with the Blitz, like you're never gonna be exactly where he is. You're gonna be a bit behind, right?
Mm.
And like she's under turret. Like
I'm doing it because I'm greeder and I just want the local gold of the turrets.
but
Basically,
you get
that's
it
why.
because of Herald.
Really?
Yeah, Herald is
Oh, okay.
basically your champion, so you get it anyways.
Oh, I didn't know. I
Yeah,
didn't know that.
but yeah, like here, MF is under turret, like she's dead, right? Every single time.
Mm, yeah,
If you
but
don't grid
I know
forget,
Jarvan is close though because he took the golems soon. But
I think you're so ahead that you just win.
yeah. I just have it in mind basically.
Yeah, and of course the same thing should be said for Arya. Like now she should move with you. Like right
Mm.
now, this turret is gonna die to Herald. Just move bot together. Okay, invade. What happens here? Ah,
Yeah, she dashed in, and
and you tried
I
to
did
save her.
perfect ult, but yeah.
Yeah, can't really don't have enough DPS to kill Sven at this point.
Yeah, I should
It's kind of
just
hurt.
leave her to die, I think. Just me joining bad fights. I think my mistake here.
All right, if the rest of the game is gonna be like this, I think we can just go next.
We can see next action and then go next, I think.
Okay.
Next def and then go next. So there I'm playing really slow, waiting for Darius.
Yeah, I think Ari. Oh, she just got ult actually.
So there I took everything in my face, and then we even lost the
You.
team fight. I don't know. Like I got
Why did you lose this
Renekton
fight?
W flashed, Air Swain, Air Pike, RR, RMF, and we lost. I don't know.
I think you're just way weaker right now as champions. Like Renekton is a broken champion level 6
Yeah,
onwards. MF is a better one spiker than Kaisa.
Pike too.
Yeah, Pike is really strong right now. And also like they're the ones with initiative, like when you're playing with Blitz, you want to hook and burst the targets.
Mm,
But like you can't burst anyone if your team is usually getting hooked. Like even if you hook Renekton right now, and like he hits, you know, like Darius is not in a position to burst. Kaisa can't burst alone. So I think your team just lacks like team fight DPS. They play a lot on I I make a I CC someone, I pick them, and then like we try to kill with like Ari, Blitz, stuff like that. And then from
mm,
there, like Darius gets a reset, you have Triforce stacked and everything, and you're really strong, right? But I think this kind of fights where everyone is together, like they have more AoE, they have more tankiness, better damage at one item.
yeah. And Jarvan is using a cheat item, so
Yeah, of
yeah, he's
course.
Shojin
Well,
first.
broken item.
So yeah,
It was
okay.
still like close. It wasn't like a mega stomp, right? But I
Yeah,
think your
but I
team
did
comp is
perfect ult.
just...
If I do
See, yeah, agree.
let's go to ult, it's over.
Yeah, it's probably like 5-0 or 5-1.
Yeah. And then my team play drag, they do stupid stuff, and then I cheat, but it's not important. You can see just before the E-dash,
Oh, they don't
he
wait
was
for you?
he was doing it, and they don't wait for me, and
Yeah.
Jarvan dash, take it, go back, and then I'm tilted, and
And now you're gonna
I,
die
g-
again. Yeah.
I, I
Okay,
go,
okay,
yeah.
okay, okay. We go next, we go next. It's fine.
Yeah, we go next. You can go on the. Oh, actually, I won't be able to send you the link, sadly. So I think you just watch without POV, right? Yeah, I think it's
Yeah,
okay.
that's fine.
You can go on my OPGG. It's a 9 kill, 10 death Kindred game 2 days ago.
Hold up. I'll just enter league.
We can watch Nocturne game and stuff, but I don't think it's actually interesting. I think like it's really slow game when I play Nocturne, you know. So it's most likely how to counter, like not getting invade and stuff. And I
Yeah, and
think
like
I'm really strong at
try
it.
to read ganks. So you can
Yeah,
counter level 6. Is it this one? 9-10-5?
yeah, night and yeah. I think it was interesting because I actually don't know why I lose this one,
Okay.
and it usually doesn't happen. Like I know why I lose game most of the time. Like, oh, I did this, but I did this stuff, and because I review most of my game. But this one,
Mhm.
like I don't know. I don't know what happened, but like there is a lot of fight in this game, but I don't know what's the issue.
Okay. We'll go over it. Let me... Are you online? Yeah. Okay, right. Nice.
It's because I'm challenger. It's making the client bug, I think.
Yeah, of course. Does it also make severe bug?
It also make my support game bugs.
Oh,
Like,
oh yeah, I saw that. You got autofill like 4 times or something.
yeah, I get autofill like so much. It's insane. It's okay. I thank it for the stream.
Okay, so is this like LeBlanc top, Gwen top, or is Gwen mid?
I don't know. I don't remember the game actually, so
We'll see.
I will discover it with you.
Okay, okay. Let's see who lanes where first, so we can actually talk about drafts. Okay, it's probably Gwen top. Alright. So, draft. What are we thinking?
I'm thinking Graves Kindred, like very good matchup for me in teamfight, but early game can get invaded. Most likely I have prio mid and bot, but yeah, usually I don't like I don't think about it like in solo queue. Like okay, I should have
Because it
I
could
should have
go...
prio, but I don't play on it like okay, I have prio usually. I
Yeah.
usually adapt now. So
Until
and
it's true, you don't... It's not true, kind of.
yeah, basically, yeah. So what I think is just okay, I'll pass to bot, and because I have gank setup, and I just have to be careful about Graves early on. Topside most likely ungankable, like with Gwen into LeBlanc, and I know when team fights happen, I will be like stronger and stuff. So yeah, that's how I
Okay.
think.
What kind of invades are you afraid of this game?
Uh, if like most likely invade with priors, like 1v1 invades, I'm really fine, but I have to be really careful when I go to the side where I don't have priors, basically. And yeah,
Okay.
I'm not scared about second and third passing invade because most of the time I'm there right when the camp spawn. So usually the jungles, like the enemy jungle, is too late. But first passing, I'm scared about like red and Krugs, maybe Raptors invade, stuff like this, like both side invades.
Yeah, so you're not afraid of like him doing like E over the wall level 2 going to your red.
No,
Yeah, like
definitely not.
1v1 it's whatever. I think that's really important when you go into a game. Because like yeah, you should be scared of invades, you're against Graves, but if you know exactly like you can't like invade 1v1 even if maybe I'm doing red or whatever,
I
then
mean, he can
it's...
invade 1v1, but he won't like win enough to actually take the camps even without prior, you know.
Yeah. Okay.
So
That's...
I'm also not scared about level 2 invades because usually when level 2 invades happens, I just like give up one camps or something, and then he loses on second passing with like camp respawn and stuff. So as I said, I'm really fine giving like one camps on first path because of him like fucking his camp respawn and stuff. So yeah.
You skip wolves here. Why?
Yeah, because I'm scared of him like invading, because I'm like low HP from fist fight early on, and I'm scared of like him invading me, because right now if he invades me 1v1 he wins because I'm really low HP with the invades level 1.
Okay. So you just want to make sure you get your camps and...
Yeah. Because solo queue people, they just don't care of lane sometimes. They like in challenger especially, I'm getting invaded most of the time, like so much invade. That's why, you know, I've talked about it. I've talked with you about the passing like raptors into blue and into blue side, and wolves into raptor krugs, like, you know, the reverted passing.
They
Because
started
like,
doing that right after, by the way. Like after you talked about it, I saw a few games of
yeah.
competitive.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Like it's actually really broken, and I do it like all game when I'm playing like Talia Nocturne, like, you know, like these weak champs that don't want to get invaded early on. I do it consistently against like Nidalee, stuff like this, that I see a lot in solo queue.
Yeah, I think it's like if you just want to be consistent, which most of the time versus those champions you want to be, it's really good, right? Because like you're gonna be maybe one camp behind at some moments of the game, but it doesn't matter too much.
It's actually not. Like it's actually really strong because it allows you to do like 2 passing on the first clear, you know, because like your 3 first camps are Wolf, Raptor, and Krugs. So after like 3 minutes 45, you actually have these 3 camps respawning one after the other. So you can actually do two clear on
But
the same
you're
time.
not gonna be level 4, unless you go back to clear the camp, right? Which is a weakness. Like this game is a good example of it. If you're playing competitive and you do this, like if nothing happens in the next minute, you're very happy. But like right now, you're one level down, so if you fight it, you're gonna be weaker, right?
Yeah, it's self-made actually in enemy also. So I know he plays a lot of invades.
Yeah, so it's just something to keep in mind. Like if you're 100% sure you're gonna fist fight, then I mean it's still not a bad pathing as long as you try to avoid it. But you're gonna be slightly weaker than usual just because of the level up difference. Okay, so here we're gonna handshake, fight the Alistar. Nico just cleared the wave. I don't know where Graves
I know
is.
he's no flash. I know he's no flash as well.
Yeah, that's true.
And
I'm
I
just a
think
bit
he's...
scared. I think Graves most of the time should be... Well, now he's here,
topside
so it's
scuttle.
fine.
He's topside scuttle for sure.
Yeah, he should be. Especially because of your mark, right?
Yeah, he's topside scuttle for sure, because although he didn't contest me on this scuttle, so for now I'm sure there is no Graves. And then Rakan missed his fucking W. Like, look, he missed his W, otherwise we kill.
Oh, he missed his W on who?
On Alistar?
Oh, let's see. Wasn't paying too much attention. Oh. I mean, to be fair, I don't think he should be hitting his W against Alistar Q, okay? But, yeah. I think this is very psychopathic, Dofa. Mainly for 2 reasons. Like, one, this wave is already fucked for Ezreal. He's not gonna go bot. Like, if he sees a fight happening, he's not gonna go bot, right? And then 2, like, you got lucky that this guy is going top. Like, if this Cuddle is pathing here, this guy's gonna be like 5 seconds earlier, and you're just dead every time, right? Or at least like you need to flash, or it's ugly. It shouldn't look like that.
Think so?
Yeah.
With Kindred, do you think so? I can just walk through river now. Like I can, like, yeah, but yeah,
Against
I think I just
Nico,
need to
like
stop.
this guy walks like this. If you start walking down, if you walk to the side, it just walks to river, right?
Ezreal too. Yeah, I see.
Yeah, like I think this is very flippy.
I was just like, okay, Alistar has no fucking flash. Rakan just press W and GG, but yeah.
Yeah, champion's very annoying early with W and Q and stuff like that. I think, like, it's just a really bad situation because your mid just came back from base and your mid just crashed. Bot lane is gonna crash and they have tempo advantage, right? So here, to me, it's really important to keep in mind, like, my team is not here, their team is gonna be here. So, like, you can chunk him. I think one play that's very underrated here is just, you see him, you put him to this HP and now you run away.
Mm.
And like you're gonna cancel this recall, and Ezreal is probably gonna move, and your laners are gonna gain something from it, and you don't lose almost anything, right?
I mean, yeah, it's. If Rakan touch W, we kill him, but otherwise,
Yeah.
if he doesn't, I should just run away. And I was just like, he's just so free kill, and I was just
and you're
tilted. He
kinda...
didn't hit W basically.
Yeah, I understand that.
Here, if I flash Nico Q, I kill him, but it's okay.
It's still not the end of the world, because it was 1-for-1. And like, your camps are respawning right now, so... Wait. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Is this even execution? I think it's maybe just not possible. There's too many minions. Yeah, Rakan needs to overextend. You can't play that too differently without summoners.
I think he missed a W at some point, but yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit of a disaster.
Yeah, it's very disaster.
This really is a fistfight game.
Yeah. Their misplay mechanic from me as well, like I run in Nico R, but yeah.
Okay, I mean...
I was surprised, I thought it was not Nico.
Okay, there's two ways for me to talk about this game. But I think the most productive one is just to talk about tempo and who has move and who doesn't, right?
Mm.
Like one, obviously our Zaya is inting because she's not going mid right now. Like Akshan is already bot. Let him either catch the wave or at least like neutralize it so this wave doesn't go to waste. And then the other thing is like when you're fighting this early into the game, the most important thing is usually champions. It's like the amount of numbers you have, right?
Mm.
So like right now, you just killed Alistar. He's gonna have same tempo as you, because he died around the same time. Like of course he's gonna move on the map. Like this guy is not a bot. He's not just gonna go bot when Ezreal just died, right?
Mm.
And your mid laner is bot. Your AD carry is walking bot. This is a 3v3 or a 3v4, and like you should know that.
Mm.
And like Gwen should know that. Like of course this guy is the one starting the fight and is the one inting the most, right? But like you as a jungler should know this, so I feel like it's really in to handshake this 3v3 when you know that enemy support is moving. And then of course like, I mean, this game you would have lost 3v3 because it was going that bad, right?
Mm.
But it's something that like you need to keep in mind a lot because, for example, when you die bot, like of course you don't want to give triple kill for Ezreal, but if you trade 1-for-1 or if you trade 1-for-1 here, it's not good, but like you die when your camps are respawning. You're not really losing farm. You're like a carry jungler. You're gonna come back and, you know, it's not the end of the world. But like here, your camps are, like I know you just did some of them, but your camps are kind of fucked. Like you're not gonna get level 6 anymore if you die right now.
Yeah.
So it's a very ugly death, I feel, especially because you just died in bot lane before, right?
Mm.
And now like this can be invaded while you're dead, which is really bad. Like maybe he's already doing it, yeah. And you just lose all these camps. Like of course, if you don't fight and your team fights and they die, like you're still gonna lose your camps, right? That doesn't change anything. But if you can influence your team not to fight when it's a really bad fight, then maybe your camps stay up, and then you can actually contest Herald and do something. Again, like this is not something you have like 100% power on, because again, Gwen like started a fight and you just moved and stuff. But like it should be in your head that my mid laner is bot, my AD carry is far, enemy support has a move, and it's 3v3 without enemy support when he has a move. So, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, it's numbers and tempo reading. Like, just be aware of where enemies are most of the time and stuff. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
But I thought like even though it would be like numbers the advantage. Like with Gwen started the fight with her, like while Graves face check her. I thought it would be like way better fight, you know, but
Yeah, and there's also like limit understanding and all that stuff, right? Sometimes you just have the wrong idea. Like maybe you thought you could burst him a lot faster and stuff like that. I think this is illegal, but not not because of what you're doing. I guess they just have different priorities.
yeah, he should have done it like the Graves, but
Yeah, for sure. But it's
now
good that you
now
see
that
it.
I have Prio, yeah.
Yeah, like I like this play because if you go bot, like you never know if they're actually doing Drake, right? Like maybe they're invading this, and this. And if you go bot, like you're just gonna lose your camps. So you're just telling, I'm gonna do Herald. If you come Herald, my bot camps are fine, and I just give it up and I take bot camps, right? So I like this. I think it's pretty smart. Nice. Yeah. So
I
again,
greeted the plate.
nah, but dope. What is
Look
this?
the plate. The plate is 1 HP. Look the plate. I saw I needed like one more auto and I was like
Okay, two things. First one, yeah, like you shouldn't greet the plate, right? That's the
yeah,
first important thing. But I think the most important one is like,
use flash.
no, it's the way you're hovering. Cause like,
Yeah.
no one is top. Like no one is here, right?
I mean, LeBlanc just crashed, so
Yeah,
I wasn't
LeBlanc
sure.
just crashed. I mean, she could move with this mana and HP. I don't think she would, right?
I mean, I didn't see like mana in HP. I just saw she crashed the wave, so I was like, okay, maybe she's coming, you know.
Yeah, but that's an issue in itself.
Yeah.
And like bot lane too, Ezreal is recalling. You know that Graves is bot side. I think it's just like even if LeBlanc is coming, this is two people, this is
And I
one
have
people.
top side vision. I have top side
Yeah,
vision
exactly.
as well,
So like there's no excuse. Like here you should be positioned here. Like Action is doing really good. And even if you grid for the plate, you're probably fine. Like if LeBlanc is actually moving, then you're dead, right? But
But I see it coming, so I can
yeah.
run faster.
Yeah. So I think main issue for sure is just hovering. And of course, like you shouldn't grid the plate. I think that goes without saying, but
Action pinging me after.
Yeah, man.
It's kind of sad death, I agree.
Okay, good death, because Graves went base because of it, and now you get Scuttle, actually.
Yeah, good death. I got the mark for it.
Yeah. Okay, in games like this, what's running through your head? Like, honestly.
Exactly the same as I say, like...
You're just gonna keep farming and playing on opportunities?
Exactly.
Yeah, I think that's reasonable. Like, I'm happy with those answers early into the game, because I think that's kind of how it is. And of course, like, this is solo queue, so it's different. But in competitive, I don't know what to do here.
Okay, let's say we are in competitive. You want an answer like what I do if I'm in competitive right now, right?
Just more like a general game plan. Because the way I see it, like, top lane is gonna have perma prio, so any fights top side, you can only pick them if you have numbers advantage or if LeBlanc is low, she can't move. Because like she's gonna auto the wave twice and then she's gonna move, and like this next spawn is very scary for you every single time. Bot side is kind of fucked. Like Ezreal is really far ahead. Your saving grace is kind of Akshan, right? Is really strong. So like what I would try to do this game is maybe you play 3v3 with these champions and you have a chance of winning. But it's really hard to involve these three champions without involving this champion, you know? Or without involving this champion. So how do you make it so it goes in your favor? And of course, like, part of it is just you're gonna play on opportunities, and enemy is gonna int, and you're gonna get kills. But I'm not too sure. Like, what do you do? in this situation. Because like, for example, what your team is doing, I think it's pretty grief. If they didn't know where Graves or Nico is, I wasn't paying too much attention. I assume this is Nico. Yeah. But like, even if you're here, like if enemy answers this play, they're just dead, right?
Yeah.
And you don't want to be here because you know that. Like you're just gonna lose. You have no ult.
Usually in solo queue, I'm never about, like, I don't try to create stuff like this, you know. I usually play with priors. Like if I have prior laner like trying to do plays, I will just join to put numbers like advantage. Otherwise, I won't try to create stuff on my own. Like if I don't have like players coming with me and stuff. So that's why I'm just keeping the lead on CS and try to stay strong when an actual opportunity happens, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, if no opportunity shows, I will just lose the game most of the time.
I think that's reasonable. Like even this fight, it's kind of what I said about like their champions are just stronger. So, like LeBlanc TP, she has prio, whatever. It's not like the end of the world because it's not 14 minutes yet, so Gwen is gonna get plates. Like this is probably one of the best fights you can get, and it still wasn't like mega good, right?
Yeah, and Nico flashed as well.
Yeah.
But I got like 2 kills and a
Yeah,
shutdown.
I mean for you this is really good. For Gwen this is really good. For your team it's not amazing because now they're gonna lose plates in mid and stuff like that. But we don't speak about that.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's fine. I'm an action player. I've done stuff like that. Okay. LeBlanc moment. I need to flame you for this one, Dopa.
What? I was dead.
No, but
Oh, the dash?
yeah, like okay. So my first thought when you're walking here is you're probably going to meet Graves in the river. I hope you're like thinking the same thing, right?
I'm not.
Really? Okay, because like this guy just showed mid.
Yeah, I'm thinking he's basing right now.
Yeah, maybe he has a lot of gold. I don't think he's been on the map for that long. But to me, there's always like a big chance.
We did fight bots. He pushed the wave into get a free kill, so I think he is just recalling at this moment.
Could be. I don't think it's like super consistent.
Yeah.
Especially because like Scuttle is up, LeBlanc has prio, your blue buff is up, your Grump is respawning. Like this is a really good timer for him to just be like, it doesn't matter if I don't spend my gold. Like I'm just gonna walk here, man advantage. Nico's gonna be first because Action died.
I also have a spike now. Look at my items. Like I'm really
Yeah,
strong.
I know. But is it? Yeah, that's true. That's true for sure.
Like if he plays without basing right now, I'm stronger than him because I took the tempo.
Well, 1v1, right? But LeBlanc is gonna have move and Nico is gonna be first on the map because, well, she went bot, but you don't know this, I think.
Yeah, true.
So it's an angle for them to invade you and to meet you in the river. That's why I'm thinking like it's really into when you dash over because you should know that Graves could be top right now.
Yeah, I actually don't know. I was really thinking he is basing.
You got a shutdown, so it's not too bad. And he's gonna die for it.
Yeah, but we don't talk about it too.
Oh. Oh. It's okay. Action got 100 gold extra because you revived someone.
Nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, here I'm thinking cross map because I can't play Drake.
Do you call your supports a lot to make plays?
No, never. Almost never. Like I usually ping my intention, or I wanna invade there. I wanna do stuff, and if they are involved, they come. It's good. If they don't come, I just adapt. Basically, in solo queue. It's something I have to work to when I go in team because I'm so like used to adapt to what people do. I don't actually force people to come with me or stuff like this, you know?
Yeah.
Because solo queue never happens.
I'm asking because, like, here you're saying, oh, we're gonna cross map before this. Like, here you're saying you're gonna cross map, and like you have information on everyone, so I don't care if you're doing this alone, right? But this
I'm
is
also
only a real
Kindred.
cross map if you can dive this turret.
Yeah, but I'm thinking cross map about. I mean,
For Herald.
Mark is an objective in
Yeah.
itself, like Kindred.
Yeah, I know. But I think like calling Rakan and at least like being together in this moment. Never know who's gonna show up here. Can maybe threaten a dive. I don't know if he's on vision. If he's not, he's like not a super big deal that I didn't call him. And like you're also doing Herald, so it's okay. But you're maybe missing an opportunity, right? By not killing top. Also, your entire team just recalled. And I see you. So I feel like this game, you're like, I don't know why I lost. I think it's because you're not keeping track on enemy movements at all.
Yeah, I used to lose movement like when there is a lot of fist fight like this game.
Yeah.
Like
I think it's normal, and it's like it's a bit. It kind of melts your brain, like when there's too much fight in a game, right?
yeah.
Like there's 25 kills at 15 minutes. But the main rule you need to, and I mean, you know this. I'm just gonna repeat it because it needs to be repeated. Like the main rule you need to think about is like, they just made a play bot. You did a cross map on top. Cross maps are almost always late. Okay, especially in solo queue when you're adapting to a play. So that means that like you're behind in tempo in general.
Yeah.
They're gonna make the play first. You're gonna react to the play. You're gonna cross map it. You're gonna be maybe like 5-10 seconds behind. So now it's like they just recalled. So like now 8 seconds later, your team is recalling. Very good, right? Very normal. If you know that you're behind, like you always know that there will be people here. Like it doesn't need to be Graves. Maybe Graves, maybe like his grump is up and he path, but I don't know. Like I'm not good enough to track camps at 15 minutes. Maybe you are, you know. But like it's very likely that with the waves in this state where they need to push top because this wave is pushing in, and they don't need to push bot because you know this wave is pushing in for them, and they need to answer mid. Like the two waves that they need to worry about is here, and it's here. So it's very likely that they're gonna be topside. So like when you do a play like this, you know, like it's not a big deal. You didn't die yet. I hope you don't die, but like you're losing time, and maybe you just don't want to recall at all. And if you don't want to recall, it's like, it's not a big deal. I think like you had enough vision to know that Alistar is probably not in this bush right now, and he can't just come from behind. But it tells me at the same time that like you're a bit disconnected of with what's going on, right? And now
yeah,
like
definitely.
and now going back, like rejoining with your team is very awkward because you're on the top side of the map. You need to go all the way around.
Yeah, I think I will just recall right now. Be a bit late on tempo.
Yeah. And like if you're gonna recall, why didn't we do it like 15 seconds ago?
Yeah, because I knew about like Raptor just spawning, so I was like, okay, I can play them and stuff. But yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Give me a second. Okay. Oh. Nice. I don't know if this ends up good because you're all... Okay, nice. That's a cool pick. Probably everyone's dead though. Yeah, turned out good. Don't have much to say. I think it's very scary to walk into like Alistar or Nico, like you guys did, but
I mean, we had a pick. We had a
yeah,
pick though.
yeah.
And
You-
also
you
Kindred
caught them by
into
surprise,
this
so-
pick. Kindred into this pick, like my ult was insane just after like Nico ult and stuff again.
Yeah, you always stall very long. It's pretty good
Yeah.
with Gwen too, because they need to go in and then Gwen just does their stuff.
Mm.
Okay, just solo queue stuff.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't think, I'm not sure there is.
yeah, I'm not sure there's
Yeah.
too much more to review. So to me, main
Yeah.
things about this game is really keeping track of opponents' movements, because like most of the time, every time you died this game, we can go over it again.
Yeah,
But,
number advantage and stuff.
yeah, it's either like here, it's people's movements again. Like, okay, Rakan into this W, but if after he ints, you should run away, right? This one is disaster. We don't talk about it. This one, it's again like movements. You should know. What is it? This one? Yeah, exactly. This one, enemy movements. This one
Yeah.
again, enemy movements. Like, and enemy movement sometimes doesn't mean you can't make a play. It just means you need to position differently. And like this is a good example, right? And yeah, don't have much more to say. I think main things we saw today that can apply to competitive is that play like on Herald where you greeted like staying here for the entire turret and you could just move bot fast, so you're
Yeah.
like very fast on the map,
Yeah.
and then just tracking movement a bit better. Don't think there's much more to talk about.
But you know, it's a bit awkward because like I know what I have to work on, but I can't right now because it's not
It's
adapted to solo
yes,
queue.
yeah.
And
Solo queue, it's really hard. You can't
so,
just
yeah,
turn up.
so I just keep focused on improving what I do and like do better and like reach higher solo queue and that's all, you know, basically. And hopefully I have a good team because of my solo queue, and then I start like at this moment working on what I have to work on that I don't work on
Yeah.
solo queue, basically.
So I think things you can work on solo queue that apply to competitive too. Movement, reading,
Yeah.
tempo, whatever, all that stuff.
Yeah.
For sure. And I think the other one, I didn't see your POV this game, but if I had to guess, like you're not looking enough at lanes when you're pathing early.
I think I do it okay. Like I usually do it okay. I think maybe like not when I'm like doing this type of passing because I'm really centered on not getting like
yeah,
not
this
getting invade.
here I think it's fine. It's more like from the first game I watched, I feel like right
Yeah.
now you should know, or maybe it's not even too much about lanes and more like about map, and it goes into tempo again. Like you should know that this guy is really far, and
Yeah.
this girl is not so far, you know. And you should know like when the Alistar thing happens. Where is it? Is it
Yeah,
here?
it's either W. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
here you should know that bot lane is in the way that it is, and like all that stuff. Same in the same in mid. Like when you're taking this turret, you're not really paying too much attention to bot waves, so you're not thinking that Alistar is gonna come. So I think it needs to happen more, at least from the few games I've watched from you.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it's like sometimes some games you probably do it really well, and some games like it lacks a bit.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, like most of the game, I think I do it okay, but when a lot of stuff happen in solo queue, maybe I do it less consistently and stuff. So stuff I have to work on. I agree.
Yeah. All right, then.
Thank you, Young.
I think that's everything.
Yeah, thank you. We will do again when I'm maybe I have streams and stuff to say in tryouts like Mercato. If you're not too busy, it will be maybe easier to work on. But,
yeah, I think those are usually a lot more interesting too, especially from jungle perspective, because there's so much stuff you can talk about in solo queue, right?
Yeah, I agree. Anyway, thank you, Young.
Yeah, thank you, Dofa. All right, see you, dude.
See you.
Okay.